Hey guys and gals, we are here today to quickly introduce our new range of gin kits basically. These are designed for our PolyPhoenix Air Still, so they're for small 5 litre batches. We will have a classic gin, a London dry style and a Bombay sapphire style of gin. And what we want to do is just show you how quickly and easy it is to make gin. You'll need a couple of things. You'll need a gin kit. You will need some pure ethanol for a base. This is a small jar. We've got about 2.5 litres of this. This was basically, we did a standard sugar wash. We ran it through the PolyPhoenix Air Still in reflux mode to get our pure ethanol base to make the gin. Once we do that, you want to swap out the outlet for the largest outlet, and you also want to make sure you remove all of the SPP packing from your still, because we're going to be running this in pot mode. Now, the other thing you want to do, ideally, to get the best result, you want to macerate the ingredients first. There's a bunch of ways you can do that. You can chuck all the ingredients in your PolyPhoenix Air Still and just let it macerate at ambient temperature overnight, 24 hours. It doesn't really matter. If you're in a hurry and you can warm your ethanol up to about 50 degrees, try a 1 hour maceration at 50 degrees, or if you're really in a hurry, just chuck it all in and make some gin. Gin is easy to make. It's really hard to stuff it up. You're not going to get a bad result. You'll just get a different result. It's actually something that's worth playing with to see what works best for your palate. So this is our pure ethanol diluted to about 40%. We've emptied the contents of our gin kit into a hop sock just to keep everything neat and tidy. It makes cleaning up a lot easier. You can just chuck it straight in there. It doesn't really matter. We macerated this for about 1 hour at about 50 degrees in a little boiler we have to hand. You can see that the colors changed. A lot of the colors seeped out from the juniper and other ingredients. But when you distill, all that color will disappear. You'll get a perfectly clear liquid. So this actually smells fantastic already. What we're going to do is just assemble our still. Just as a note, it doesn't really matter what you dilute it to, as long as it's 40% or less. You don't have to be precise about that at all. So we'll just get this on. And we've got a little 1 litre jar that we'll use for collection. We'll swap those out as necessary as they fill up. And the PolyPhoenix Air Still, one of the joys of this is it's incredibly easy to use. So we are going to hit enter. We are going to go to distilling mode. We're going to make sure that that is in pot still mode, which it is. And we are going to go back, enter, and start heating. And basically, the 4 shots will be collected automatically, and then the run will happen, and this will cut off when the run is done. So we might as well go and have a nice bottle of lunch. So here we are, pretty much at the tail end of our run. Not 100% sure if you'll see this on camera, but this little collection jar is becoming cloudy. So it's loosening from the oils that we're collecting. It's kind of a good visual indicator when you're making a gin that you're getting right to the end of the run. We're in pot still mode, so it's not going to cut off automatically as yet. But realistically, I'd be quite happy to turn this off now with what we've collected. We've got, what, 2.5 litres plus a bit more that's off camera at the moment. So it's, and it'll range in proof, so this will need to be diluted down to your 38-40% drinking strength. So it's pretty good for a day's work, which is almost entirely hands off. So what we'll do now, look, it's good habit to take cuts when you're doing any kind of pot still run. Not necessarily required for a gin run, which is a little bit different because you're usually starting with a completely neutral spirit, but you will find taste differences throughout, and you can get a better or a different result by blending the different cuts together at the end. We will leave these loosely covered for overnight at least, just to let everything settle down before we taste it, and then we will dilute it to drinking strength and probably make a rather delicious martini.
12 o'clock midnight.
So here we have it. We let the jars of gin rest. We tasted them, we blended them into bottles, we cut them down to about 40% ABV. And so the final hurdle is, of course, How does it taste? Now, if you really want to evaluate a gin, a lot of people are going to put it in a tall glass, add some ice and add some tonic, and that is a great way to start the weekend. But if you really want to know what your gin tastes like, make an extra dry martini. 2 or 3 shots of gin in a cocktail mixing glass or a shaker, gently add some ice, and just wave it in the general direction of a vermouth bottle. Strain into your glass. Ideally add a lemon twist or an olive. I didn't have any to hand, sadly, so I'm just going to have to drink it as is. That is a good way to start the weekend.